What's up, guys? I'm Josh. Welcome back to the place where you learn guitar, called Josh Rocks Guitar Tips. Therefore, I am Josh, and I'm gonna be teaching you some guitar today. I've got a question for you guys. Why did you start learning guitar? Is it because you wanted to be a rock star? If so, this is probably a good channel for you. I'm gonna probably start out every lesson with that question. So, obviously, with being a rock star, you're going to want an electric guitar, right? We're going to start with acoustic guitar because unless you're an adult, you're probably not going to start with an electric guitar. Actually, even if you are an adult, I recommend starting with an acoustic guitar anyway. I was inspired to do this, in case you're wondering, by Marty Schwartz. He's a great teacher. Papa Statch is also really good. There's a couple other good guys out on YouTube, but I've got some friends that wanted me to teach them how to play guitar. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Maybe I should start doing that because I'm an intermediate guitar player. I could start teaching beginner guitar. So we're going to start today. We're going to start with, this being my second video, my only previous video, link in description, is the first video you should watch. If you aren't watching the first video, then actually go to the channel and you can find a playlist of all these videos. So we're gonna get started. So last video, I probably covered G and the three main positions of a G chord that could be played. Let me scoot this way for you all. I probably covered that in the last video. Obviously, D chord, E minor chord, and C chord. I'm going to cover some variations of those. You can, I'm going to skip over to the E minor chord. If you take your E minor chord and put the bottom half of a G on it, right there with these two fingers, on the lower two strings there, the B and the E string on the 3rd fret with these two fingers, your ring and your pinky, and then you go back to your E minor up here, and connect those together. That's an E minor 7th, and it's commonly used in guitar. Another thing you can do is you can keep your fingers there and change these two fingers to the bottom of a C. And that there is a C add 9. Green Day uses that. Other than that, though, that's basically it for the 4 chords. Just wrapping up from last episode. I don't really remember what I covered last time because it's such a long time ago and I'd not really done anything since. So what we're going to move over to right now is some other commonly used chords. If you take your E minor shape, I probably taught it with these two last time. That's the way I was taught. You can do it with these two instead, though. Especially for E minor 7th. Switching back and forth between those and whatnot around here with your pinky and ring. But if you take that and on the next string up, and you put your first finger down on that 3rd string from the bottom. I count from the bottom. Some people count from the top. I was taught to count from the bottom, and my tuner counts from the bottom. So if you take the 3rd string from the bottom and put your index finger on the 1st fret of that, and then continue with your regular E minor shape, there is an E chord, an E major chord. It's a beautiful chord. It was my favorite chord for a long time because it was a rock chord, a power chord. Technically, if you just do those 2 or 3 here, then that's a power chord. But if you strum it full out, it sounded like rock and roll to me. And that's what I wanted to get into. I want to be a rock star. So, if you take that E chord and you move it that way a string. So now, instead of on 3, 4, and 5 strings, it's on strings 2, 3, and 4. And you don't strum that top string. You kind of want to mute that with your thumb if you can. And strum those bottom strings there. That is an A minor. And if you move the shape up so that they're all on the 2nd fret rather than 2nd fret, and 1st fret, if you move that index finger around to where your middle finger was, middle finger to where your ring finger was, ring finger to where your index finger was, except moved up a fret there. That there is an A major. In the comments, if I'm moving too fast for you guys, you can feel free to let me know. Just politely, please, and I'll try to break it down slower in another video. What else do we got? There's a chord that is super irritating for beginners. If you're a beginner and you don't have an F chord down, I can help you with that right now. We call it a beginner F. Right there, it looks just like a C but moved around a little bit. You just take your C chord shape and you move your ring finger to a fret above where your middle finger is on the same string, and then you move your ring finger down to second fret on the third string down there. And that there works as an F chord. Now, if that doesn't sound good enough for you, or it doesn't sound like a full chord enough for you, you can keep your ring finger where it was on the C and put your pinky down where your ring finger would be on the F. And that's a more full F chord. The reason I want to go over the F chord like that is because the F chord is a bar chord. And a lot of beginners are going to have issues with that, and they're going to have trouble with that for quite a while until they get the strength built up. And that's part of why I encourage getting an acoustic guitar first, with the light gauge strings, and working up your gauge on your strings. Sorry, my head's super itchy. Awesome new haircut. So that there is an F chord, but that's going to be really hard, and it's going to sound terrible the first few times you try it. So what you want to do is you want to just do one of the simple F chords that I was just showing you guys. That's about it that I can think of right now for other commonly used chords that aren't G, D, E minor, and C. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like. If you didn't like this video, feel free to leave a dislike and a why you didn't like it, but politely instead of rudely, because that kind of actually can hurt even over the internet. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one, where we actually start putting these chords into progressions and patterns, and trying to figure out how to change between them. Yeah, that's about it, and I'll see you next time.